Hello, my name is Nicole Lindberg and welcome to a Pitchforks Family Recipes 316 demo. Here you can see all of us. I'll introduce us real quick. Again, I'm Nicole Lindberg. I'm the front end lead and UI UX designer for the Pitchforks. Daniel Wong is our back end lead. Paige Bartusiak is our business analyst and a front end dev. Evelyn Kupel Garcia is our QA lead and our Scrum Master for the project. And then Barbara Zhang is our back end developer. Paige is going to get us started off with a concept review of what Pitchforks is. I'll take you through a short demo of the front end. Daniel will finish with the back end. Barbara will go over our database review. Evelyn will do our app review, what we accomplished, what we didn't accomplish. And then I will finish us off with a brief retrospective.
So now let's go into what is Pitchforks all about. Pitchforks is a platform for people to create, share, find, and fork recipes to build their own recipe book and expand their palette. This site aims to connect people with new recipes through a sophisticated database in which users can add tags to their recipes to allow for people to easily search across different tags and find themed foods that interest them. But what makes our website so different than other recipe websites is the forking ability, where you can take a pre-existing recipe, edit and change it, modify it, and make it your own and create your own recipe, adding it to your recipe book. Then both the original and your forked recipe are available for people to find and explore.
Okay, so let's get started with our application demo. So here is our front end. As you can see, it's very close to our wireframe, and it has the theme of this alien lady from the 50s. So as you can see, everything tagged as challenge shows up on this main list, a brief explanation of forking, and a sign up page right from our main page. And then you can see right here that we have endless scrolling feature for all the recipes. We can sign in here. Let's go ahead and sign up with, or actually let's go to our get started feature, make a desk account. Let's call it demo1, demo test with test our password. So we sign up, and as you can see, our password, I didn't spell demos correctly, but you can see all your recipes, or you would if we'd written any. So let's go ahead and create a recipe. We're taken to this page. Let's make our tasty demo, and it takes 15 minutes to make. Our descriptions for 316. We'll add a tag demo, and then our steps are profit. So we can publish and go back to our dashboard, and you can see that we've populated our first recipe here. And if we wanted to search on the main page again, you can see that tasty demo is now sorted by this. I'm not going to take you through our, in the interest of time, I'm not going to take you through our other features, but you're welcome to look around on our site on this link. Our trending feature, you can search for recipes based on which ones are most popular on our actions table. And in general, you can explore the site more. And you can search for recipes and all that stuff.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to take you on a brief run through our backend app, which was coded using Django and Django REST Framework and hosted on Heroku. So we'll get started by checking out API recipes. So you'll notice that once I've loaded the API/recipes, we get a list of all of the recipes in the database. Well, we only show the first 24, but we can get every recipe after that by going to the next page. We implement pagination, and that allows us to separate all of our recipes and API/recipes into some neat pages. So let's just say that I want to look at one recipe in particular, like the best pumpkin cookies. Well, all I have to do is add the recipe ID as an additional parameter, and I will get the recipe by itself. And if I were logged in, then I could make additional calls such as push, patch, and delete. Now, we also implemented some custom functionality using VS Code. So you'll see that there are different URLs and they'll do different things. But that gives us a lot more custom functionality. In this case, we use it for search. So let's just say I want to search all of the recipes that have the tag summer in them. Well, I can do this, and it will type the above URL, and it'll get me all the recipes with the tag summer in them. Or let's just say I want the list of all recipes with the name cookie in the title. Well, we can do that as well. So that explains sort of the main functionality of our database, like hosting our database objects and allowing our users to perform CRUD operations on them. Let's look at user authentication. So you'll see that in order to access create, update, and delete functionality, we need JSON web tokens. So you'll see when I post this, I get a token back, which then I can store on the front end in order to and authenticate ourselves in the future, along with some basic user information.
So looking at our database, we have our two main entity sets, users and recipes. Users are identified by a UID and also have a username and password. Recipes are identified by an RID and have many other attributes, including its name, the UID of its author, the date time of creation, a description, a number of minutes, the list of steps, and the RID of an original recipe source if it was forked. Their ingredients are tied through includes relationships to ingredients entities, which are defined by a single ingredient attribute. Similarly, their tags are tied through the tag relationships to tag entities, which are defined by a single tag attribute. Users can also like recipes through the likes relationship. Note that in our actual implementation, everything related to likes, tags, and ingredients are invisible and represented by Django many-to-many fields. Users can review and rate a recipe through interactions, a weak entity set. And in addition to its identifying UID and RID, interactions have review, date time, and rating attributes.
So it's time for the app review. Where did we start out? So we first started with a wireframe for MS1 because we wanted to ensure that our ideas were laid out properly. So for our main page, we wanted to show ideally how we wanted the website to look. And for our deployed site for MS3, we were pretty similar. We tried to do the same color schemes and also pictures. So it was pretty good. It wasn't exactly like our wireframe, but it was getting there, which was pretty good for our mile point. Our implementation differed with a dashboard, so we added a dashboard for users to track their recipes, which wasn't in the wireframe. We also added a trending page that allows users to sort based on trends, so like how trending a recipe is. And we also did user personalization, so users can personalize their own site by seeing their recipes, which is part of the dashboard.
So let me walk you through a brief retrospective of our project. What have we accomplished? Well, we accomplished quite a lot. Users can log in, sign up, access a personalized dashboard, search for recipes by name or by tag, sort for recipes based on rating, create recipes, fork existing recipes, update existing recipes, and delete their existing recipes. I didn't show all this functionality in our demo for time, but you're free to explore on our deployed site. Where did we struggle? Looking back on it, none of us had used Django or React before. We started the project from scratch and implemented a pretty impressive full stack project. In general, we improved on communication. Those communicating in a group of 5 is always a struggle, and we found time to make it. If we look back on our project, what we would implement if we had more time or in the future, you might have noticed that all of the images were forks. That's because we didn't implement an image field in our database. And if we had more time, we would do that. We would also like to implement a recommendation feature. So if you like one recipe, you could see more like it. And we would also like to bring more of the interactions database, which is implemented in the back end, into the front end, so you can actually like recipes and save them. We started to make the infrastructure for it, but we ran out of time. So on our team review, looking back though, we really accomplished a lot. We went from not knowing anything about Django, React, databases, SQLite, anything, to a full stack application that really works. We are really excited and we worked well together as a team. So who knows what's in the Pitchforks' future. But in general, we're really excited about that. So thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Thank you so much for a great semester.